listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
Hello, everybody. Jordan and Brendan from Hell Beach are back on the podcast to talk about everything they got going on. Their upcoming tour, which I believe starts this upcoming weekend. We talk about running into each other at shows. We talk about a cover they did, a Green Day cover that they did for a compilation, which you'll be able to hear at the end of this podcast. This is episode 427 of the Struggling Artist Podcast, struggling with the return of Hell Beach again. Was that you that asked me about the video, right? You asked, is this...
Did, because last time we did it, we were talking on video. I don't know if you were recording video back then.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I think that was right before we started doing, like, releasing videos. So I had a buddy who, he does all this stuff, and he's like, you got to put out a video. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But now, with Riverside, it's a little easy. There's a lot of editing tools that I can use instead of me going through every second and doing everything myself. So, but yeah, it works out. Welcome back to the both of you, Brendan, Jordan.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to have you on. It's always a pleasure to run into you guys and see you perform as well, by the way. So
thank you, buddy. Thank you for having
Likewise.
us.
Of course. Jordan, I was thinking about when I went to Pooza last year, and I just you and I ran into each other like 100 times. It was, it was almost
Dude,
like a stick. You know what I mean? It was just like, hey, Jordan, hey, Trev. We just like...
It was a busy Pooza. I was all over the place because we weren't even playing last year. I just went because a bunch of friends were playing, and I was like, I would stop in somewhere and grab a beer, and I'd watch for 3 songs, and then I'd be like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta go see my other friend's band. It was so fun. Right
on. Yeah, it was a good time. That was my first time going, and it's it was, I vibed with it well. I don't know how I do it with festivals out in the in a field somewhere. I think there'll be just too many people, but with Pooza, you can navigate through it all,
Totally, yeah. Yeah, it's a good vibe. You can participate kind of at your own. You can choose how many shows you want to go to and when you want to go chill at the hotel.
Yeah. So, I was thinking about but there's a ton to talk about today. You gave me a nice list of things we could talk about, which is awesome. But I was like, I want to catch up because the last time you guys were on was for the release of Beach World, and I feel from a person on this end looking at it all, it seemed like it was a really good, strong release for you guys, and it seemed like it was the reception for it was very good. Is the same experience for you guys?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, I mean, we just got the second pressing. Well, we didn't just get it, but we're on to the second pressing. So that to me is a good sign. Yeah,
it definitely is. And Uncle Style Records, right? Is that who released it? Right?
Uncle Style, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, and they have a record club for their parent label too, right, or whatever, and.
Yeah, the Bad Time Record Club.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. I get excited for bands from here that get to get their stuff out there, because I still think we are the New England music community is just one of the best music communities I've interacted with. So I always get a little excited for everybody. You know what I mean? So that's awesome
Definitely,
to hear.
Yeah.
That's awesome. To hear.
All great people, and that's I feel like why Beach World release went well is just because we have a lot of nice friends who did what they can to help in any way they could, whether it was booking a cool show or, doing an episode with you, just anything that, they could do. I feel like that's what made it go so well.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. And then I was thinking about the last time I saw you guys play, which was back in December at the Tunes for Tots show that Jamie from Loser Circle puts on every year. Mm-hmm. And you guys, first off, someone listened to the podcast and heard that episode, which is awesome. So I appreciate whoever listened. Yeah, I appreciate the listen, Brendan. But
of course,
you guys did a great. It was a funny and really heartwarming thing you guys did for Jamie with you like sampled the podcast where we were talking about you guys and being on that bill, and you guys got him the autograph poster for his bedroom. Which I have no doubt he put up. You know what I mean? Like
I hope so. Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to follow up. But yeah, it was like one of those things that's just like born in the group chat. Brendan like sent the clip or whatever, and we were like chatting about it. And at some point, it just became a reality that we're like, okay, yeah, we're really gonna make a Hell Beach poster and award it to him on stage.
It was awesome. It was. I think it really added to the show. Like that's a special show. I go every year. I love it. And so I feel like something great happens every year. And I think that was it this year. Like just to just to do that and it's funny. I mean, I Jamie was very bashful about, you know what I mean? Like coming up and taking it. It was cool though. It was a really good thing. And I had a blast. I had a blast at that show. I had met Corey at that show for the first time and very, very, I was very, taken back, came up and thanked me for all the stuff, for having you guys on all the time and everything. I'm like, whatever, you guys are great. Like, so I can't say no. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say no to people I enjoy, talking to and spending time with. So, no, it was awesome. It was a good time. That was a good show. That was also the first, Jordan, I believe that's the first time I've ever seen you on stage without an instrument.
Yeah.
And you are a wild person. That was awesome. Is that are you instrument free all the time now?
Now I am, yeah. Yeah. So so Franklin joined last year, but he was like super busy for the first few months. So it was like he played a couple shows here and there last spring, I think, and I was still playing bass for some of it. And then I think June was the last time I really played, and that was at Camp Punks, right, Brendo?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think that was the last time that I played bass. So now I'm just doing vocals, full time. If Franklin's a busy guy, so if he was like off doing something and something really cool came through, I'd definitely dust off some of the easier songs to get back up to speed and do it. But for the most part, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to play bass. Yeah.
From a performing standpoint, like is it different from going from playing the bass and singing to just being like just being up there singing? And like do you feel like do you have more freedom now to do things, or are you like do you get a game plan because you don't quite know like what to do if you don't have an instrument, right?
It's definitely different, yeah. I like it a lot more, and I used to do it in when we were in Secret Spirit and stuff like that. So it's like it's not necessarily new to me, but yeah, it's way different I think than playing bass because it's like you can kind of just like, or playing an instrument because you can just like focus on that. And there are times when like everyone else is like ripping on some instrumental part, and I'm just like chilling. So yeah, you definitely have to at least be mentally prepared or like know what you're gonna do or how you're gonna move or what that's going to look like. But at the same time, I'm not like climbing all over the place. I'm pretty much like glued to the mic stand. So it does give me a lot more freedom, but I'm not going crazy with it. But I think that the crowd interaction is better. You can like focus on people more. I think that it does good things for the bass because someone's focusing just on bass. And I think it does something good for the vocals because I can just focus on my vocals and not what I'm playing. So yeah, I think it was just overall, moved us in a better direction.
That's awesome. That's all. And I will say, so a few of my buddies came with me to the show from back home, and like one of them has been I think he's been to 2 other Tunes for Tots with me, but it was the first time any of them had seen you guys, and they were taken back. They were like, all they talked about on the way home was you guys. So, so you got a a group of old men who love you guys a lot. So
Oh yeah,
It's the dream, man.
I think that's our main age range.
Demographic.
It's like 30 to 45.
Yeah.
right on. And then the song, you guys had this, you guys did the song for Christmas, and you were on Squally's comp as well. Lots of Hell Beach this year. I liked it. And what made you guys want to do that particular song for the Christmas comp?
I think it was like a recycled idea. Like we had talked about doing it once in the past, and I think if we were going to do any, Christmas song or whatever, like it was going to be like a rock and roll song. So, there's a couple solid ones out there to choose from, and that one just I feel like fit the vibe the best. It was the easiest one to make, into a Hell Beach cover, I think.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was a good cover.
It was fun, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get excited for those compilations every year because like you get to hear new things, and you know what I mean. So like, and hear covers of things that like, because I'm a Christmas music. I'm not a big Christmas guy, but I love Christmas music. It just brings me back to like, I don't know, better times for the child who's still inside of me. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
But like, so like hearing like having like being able to listen to that comp every year, a new comp, and like hearing again people I know and people I enjoy listening to do these things is it's a pretty fantastic thing from a music listener standpoint.
Totally. And we've been aware of it for so long, and like have always wanted to do it. And I feel like it always comes up like, hey, we're gonna have time to do this, and it never seemed to work out. So it was cool to be a part of that this year or last year.
Right on. I want to ask too. I don't think we talked about this. If I did, please correct me. But you guys did some recording with Bobby Edge at one point, which I think is a match made in heaven right there. How like what was your guys' experience with Bobby? How did you know him prior?
Corey knew him.
Corey did?
Yeah.
From Jukebox, right?
Yeah, from Jukebox Romantics. And he just like hit us up. We were like looking to record around that time, and he like wanted to do it super cheap, which was great for us. And it was in like a nice studio. So, but we had a great time. He's super fun. Yeah.
Now, were those the stuff you guys did with him? Was that on Beach World, or was that?
So we did the drums, bass, and main vocals there. We did it like 4 days, kind of split up in 2 weekends. So a lot of driving.
Yeah. I know he lives up there. He's out there.
Yep. It was cool though. It was a really nice spot, and it was like winter. It was really pretty.
Yeah.
Lots of deer running around.
It was kind of like snowy cabin vibes. Yeah, the deer. It was really, really cool. Very isolated out there in the middle of like farm country in New York. But the rest of the tracking we did with Brendan at we did it in our practice space at the time. But yeah, we did that with Brendan's recording thing, which is Stabby Cat recording, which the whole second album we're tracking just with Brendan.
Nice. How long have you been doing that, Brendan? How long have you been like recording? And
I started in like high school, just like recording my own bands and stuff, like a couple friends' bands, and just kind of been doing it since then. Mostly in our practice space until the last year I moved into like a studio.
Nice. That's awesome. Do you have like, when it comes to like creating music and stuff like that, do you keep that aspect of it in your brain at all times, or is it two separate things?
With the recording? I mean, yeah, you can't help it. Like when you hear something, yeah, you want to like, I try to, obviously, if I'm recording a different band, I let them do whatever they want. I'm not going to like tell them to change their song, but if they're asking for ideas, I'm more than happy to offer stuff.
So does that influence you on your own, like when you're like when you guys are writing songs and stuff like that?
In which way?
Like just having that, like, I don't know, I guess like technical, like for me,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I will say like it almost like ruins listening to music for me sometimes, because I'm just like listening like, what does the snare drum sound like? I'm not like listening to the song. If I even like it, I'm just like, how does this sound? And I'm like, it kind of ruins it sometimes.
That's a
But then
bummer.
other times you get really inspired too, because like something sounds so good, you're like, oh, how did they do that? Like,
Yeah,
you want to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like when you're a master of a craft like that, like I think you can't. It's hard to separate. I'm sure you love doing it too, right? Like, so it's kind of
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it
Yeah.
blends so much. Like I know people who are filmmakers that are just like they can't watch a film without like overanalyzing everything because
Right.
that's just what they do. But they're not doing it from like they're not being like a jerk about it. Like they're doing
No, it's
it.
more like learning and like trying to figure things out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's cool.
I feel like it's the same, even just like trying to watch bands live. Like once you've been doing it for like, 15 or 20 years, or whatever, like you watch a band on stage and it's like you watch them, you watch what they're doing and how they do it, and you're looking at the gear and you're listening to how they do banter and all that kind of stuff. It's like it's not like you're just going to like watch a show. I feel like that's experience has left the room completely, of just being completely absorbed in watching a band, at least for me.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Yeah. Wait, let me ask, like, so Jordan, I mean, even the times I've seen you out when you guys weren't performing, you're out there, your boots on the ground, handing out flyers. I've seen you at places handing out flyers. And like, I had Mike from Unseemlier on earlier this year and or late last year, and like I gave him I gave him my hat, tipped my hat to him as well, because like that's like I feel like that's a forgotten art at this point. You know what I mean? But like it's so necessary, because there are people that like don't fuck with social media, that don't, you know what I mean? And like how out they're going out to shows, right? So they're only going to see the flyer, and it's almost its own art form at this point. I feel like so like, is that something like, is that just the Hell Beach way? Like you guys are always going to keep doing that when you're out there and at shows and stuff?
I'm trying to do it more and more. That's funny that you brought up Mike, because I remember like me and Mike and I think like one other person had like a flyer train going on at Deep Cuts after a show. It was like people were walking out and it was like the three of us, right?
Yeah.
We're handing out. Everyone's like, oh, okay. But so the two shows that we just played, I went and printed flyers. I don't have a printer, so I went to Staples. But yeah, print out some flyers, just hit like all the local spots downtown. And the cool thing is like, I think it's easy to think of it being like a separate process than like promoting on social media. But I think if you're smart about it, you can use it. You can do both at the same time. And like, you can make videos of you flyering downtown, and then you can post those later. And it's like, yeah, you're getting the flyers out there, but you're also making content for yourself to keep, to feed the algorithm. But yeah, I think you can 100% reach people that you wouldn't have before if you put flyers in the right places, and just talking to people. Like I was like out and about one day and I had all the flyers on me. I went to Savers, like just not to flyer or not to promote, like just to go to Savers, just doing the thrifting thing. And I like saw multiple groups of people who look like maybe they listen to hardcore or they listen to punk rock or whatever. And I would just like go say hi to them. I'd be like, oh, hey, I like your whatever shirt. Here's a show that's happening this Saturday. And they're like, oh, cool. And like at our last show, like I saw at least one of those kids from Savers. So it's like they don't follow us on social media. Like, so it does work. So if you do it on a really large scale, like you will get more people, I think, at your shows or just like paying attention to like what you're up to.
That's cool. And as far as like you mentioned the algorithm, right? I see a lot of videos from Hell Beach, which is awesome. Is that something like, do you enjoy doing those, or is that just like, it's just part of the process? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I wish I could do more video, like me just spitting off something crazy and funny, but like, I just don't have the time. But like, at the same time, I also like, I see the negative side of like social media, and I'm like, I hope I'm not like that. But you guys aren't. And like, I like the videos that you guys put out. Like you guys put out one for the Christmas song, talking about the Christmas song, I believe, and you know what I mean, and things like that. And like, how does that, like, is that it works because it keeps you in the algorithm, I believe, right? But at the same time, like it seems like if you can have fun with it, it's a good little another part of this whole thing, right?
Yeah, I think if you can find a way to enjoy any aspect of it, then that's great, because otherwise it just sucks. It's not something that I think comes naturally to me or anyone in Hell Beach or like people who just want to play in a band. But it feels like maybe it's not 100% necessary because I think bands do it without doing a lot of like social media stuff. But for small bands, I think it helps. The thing is, for me, it's like it's not about making like this great video that like a million people are going to see. If you can like consistently have new content online, then your views will continually go up. So then when you do make big announcements, when you do announce a tour, when you do announce an album, you're doing well in the algorithm already. So, it's like I'm always looking at like, Instagram tells you like in the last 30 days you've had this many thousand views or whatever. And if you keep those really high, that's good because then when you do something important, it's going to count a little bit more. So I do enjoy I enjoy some of it. I think it's fun to document the stuff that we're doing. I've gotten a lot better at it where instead of it taking me like an hour to like put something together, like I can wake up and be like, oh shit, I gotta, post something real quick before I go to work or whatever. So yeah, I think that it's fun, but it's also kind of grueling and it gives me a lot of anxiety if I'm like, oh shit, I don't have anything to post like over the next couple of days, or we had band practice, I didn't take any videos. Like it's just dumb. Like it's a dumb part of the whole thing, but it feels like it's helping. So I'm going to keep doing it.
I think you guys have always done a good job at keeping it going like that in that aspect of like marketing yourselves. Right. And I think and another thing that I just recently got an email for is a newsletter. You guys, there's been a resurgence in newsletters for bands and I love it. I really do. Again, it's something that I have one and like, I just haven't done anything. Like I got to find the time. It's so hard for me, but like, yeah. And then even that you had a video for the newsletter, right?
Yeah, it was mostly a video, and then I like put all the notes in there. That was the first one ever, and I'm gonna plug it now that you brought it up.
Yeah,
if you want to join the Hell Beach newsletter, if you go to hellbeachband.com, it's the first thing. Actually, hold on. It's not the first thing anymore. It's right there though. You'll see the link to join the mailing list. So pop your email in there if you want to see. I'm going to do like a monthly thing, hopefully, of just being like, this is what we're up to, and try to like do something outside of social media for the people who want more. People who like they want to see something that's not an 11-second video with like the visual hooks and all the dumb shit that you have to do. If they just like want to know what's up without dealing with any of that stuff, the newsletter is there.
Right on. So go sign up, right? Go sign up
for the newsletter. Yeah, I got to come up with a snappy name for it.
I'll go door to door until everybody signs up. Like, I consider myself a hellion at this point. I feel like.
Hell yeah.
I hope I live up to the title, but yeah, so.
You secured your place in hell.
Yeah. Have you guys faced, this is totally, I'm shooting from the hip on this one. Have you guys faced any like crazy Christian satanic panic shit?
Dude, I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him to come knocking.
If anything, it would just help marketing, right? Let's just get
dude, that'd be hilarious. No, somehow they have not come for us.
That's awesome.
Which is crazy. One time, the only time that anything like that has ever happened is when we sent out. I don't think I did it this last year, but we used to always, or the last 2 years before that, I would do Christmas cards in the mail, and I'd send them out to everyone whose address I had from Bandcamp or from anything. And one time I sent one of those cards, and I guess it went to someone's like grandma's house. And because that was the address that they used when they ordered a T-shirt or something, and I got like an Instagram or a Facebook message, and they were like, "Dude, please don't send anything to that address. Like my grandmother's like really upset about it because it said like see you in hell and like all this stuff, and she was really upset."
I'm pretty sure it had the F word on there too.
Yeah, I think it said "see you in hell, motherfucker."
Yeah,
that was the Christmas card. So like anyone else, it's like it's wholesome. It's like it's supposed to be endearing, you know what I mean? But yeah, she was like someone's grandma was like,
that could have ended really bad for grandma,
Yeah,
That's
she was really mad.
That's a good story. I hope whoever that was, they hear this and they're like laughing about it,
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's awesome. All right. Well, listen, we have a lot to talk about. So I'm going to give you the floor. Where do you want to start with with everything going on?
Well, I would say chronologically, what did you say this is? It's April 20th. Okay,
This
so
year.
in what 5 days we'll be playing with Direct Hit and Against All Authority, right, Brendo?
April 25th, yeah.
April
Yeah.
25th.
Where's that at?
You want to take this one, Brendan, and talk about your insane day that day?
No, sure. So it's at the Middle East downstairs. And then, so earlier in that day, I'll be playing with my other band, Stephen Razor Blades, near Philadelphia. And then I'm going to fly to Boston and hopefully make the show.
Wow.
But
That's crazy.
I mean, this will be before the episode comes out. But next week, we are releasing a Green Day cover that's going to be on a compilation through Punk Rock Radar and Coffin Curse Records. So that's coming out March 31st. So it'll be out by the time the episode's out. So everybody should check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'll get a
Android.
link in there. I'll put
Android
a link in
out
there.
off Kerplunk. Yeah, it's part of a huge compilation. And there's like super sick vinyl variants available. So if that's your thing, definitely go to like Punk Rock Radar and Coffin Curse Records because they've got all the info on that stuff.
Nice.
So Green Day cover, and then the Middle East downstairs show on April 25th, and then I guess the next thing is the tour, right, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
So we're leaving on it starts on May 9th, so we're playing.
No, May 7th.
Oh shit, you're right. May 7th we're playing in Rochester at the Bug Jar. May 8th we're playing in Cleveland. What's the venue there?
Shit.
We'll plug it anyway. It's all on our. It's all.
I don't
on
know
our
if we have
Bands in
to
Town.
say every show, you know.
Well, all right. Well, we're playing.
But if you want me to, I do have it here if you want me to.
Go for it.
All right. So we said May 7th at the Bug Jar in Rochester. Then May 8th in Cleveland at B-Side. Then we're playing Stoop Fest in Lansing, Michigan. Then we'll be at the Subterranean in Chicago. Northside Tavern in Cincinnati. Bottle Rocket Social Hall in Pittsburgh. The Wood Shop in Brooklyn. And then Kodo in Salem. And then we're playing Pooza Fest that following weekend.
Nice. Wow. You guys are like, you're going like this, then whoof, right back and then up.
Right back. Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Stoop Fest through Pooza Fest we're doing with Devin K and the Solutions. So we'll be on tour with those guys. So it's really just the first two we're doing kind of on our own, and then we're meeting up with them at Stoop Fest in Lansing, and then doing that whole run with those guys.
Midwest is going to be, they don't know what's going to come. What you guys have to do, and I'm sure you know of this, but I forget where it is in Ohio. I've seen it 1,000 times. There's a sign on the highway that says "Welcome to Hell."
Really?
Oh,
you don't know about this? No,
I haven't heard of it.
Is it the name of the town or something?
No, I think it's like just some like religious freak like just put this thing out there and like I'm gonna find it and I'll let you know.
Please do.
There needs to be a Hell Beach photo there. There has to be, like,
I agree.
And you see it from the highway and it's like you're like, what the fuck? Because there's like nothing. You're just driving through like fields on a highway and then all of a sudden there's a sign. You know what I mean? So
wow, that's a good tip.
Oh, wow, man, where is that? I'll figure it out because I've seen it. Like I said, I lived out towards Pittsburgh for a while, and with my business, I went through Ohio a ton, and like I'd see it every time, man. It would like, especially I think it was somewhere. I don't think it was near Columbus, but it was like on my way to Columbus from somewhere else. And you know what I mean? And I think this is it's kind of like a roadside, not a roadside attraction, but like one of those like landmarks that you know, like an unofficial landmark or whatever for Ohio. Yeah, it says "Welcome to Hell." So
wow,
I gotta find that. I'll find that and I'll send that to you. I've seen some weird shit. I mean, I was in Michigan one time.
Yeah,
and I was driving. I was outside of Sheboygan, Michigan, and I was driving. And their highway is like you're just going. It's like driving through like a state forest. This highway because there's nothing around. And then all of a sudden, up on this hill, there were just like hundreds of dolls tied to trees. And Like, yeah, I've seen some wild shit, man, driving out there with my business. Like, it was like touring without the music. I was just like, I drove all over the country, like delivering friggin' medication and shit to people, you know, files and medication. And like, so yeah, I've seen some wild stuff, but the Welcome to Hell sign is definitely one. And yeah, that you guys need to find it somehow. Maybe book you got to book an extra show somewhere just to get there.
Yeah, hopefully it's like somewhere right on the route. I mean, we're playing in Ohio twice on that run, right? So
yeah,
hopefully we'll be somewhere near it.
And if I'm thinking correctly, it might have been from like Michigan to Ohio to like that was where I was my one destination to the other when I saw that. So
okay,
yeah, I'm gonna find it for you. I'll let you know where it is once I remember. But yeah, so yeah, that's a good run. That's a good. Now is this the longest run for Hell Beach or?
The longest, probably, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's 9 shows total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, the longest we did was 5, right? 6, something like that.
Yeah, yep. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is this something like? Did you guys set this up independently? Is this something that Uncle Stall Records help you with, or?
So we work with our friend Brent, who runs Exponential Booking. So I think this mostly came up through him. So it was like we submitted to play Pooza, and we got Pooza, and then I think Brent hit us up about Stoop Fest, right, Brendan?
I think so. I couldn't remember. I was trying to think of that earlier. If we
that's what
saw a post about it, or if he hit us up, I can't remember.
I think he hit us up about it because some, other bands that he works with has done it. So basically, we ended up with having a show in Lansing, Michigan, and then a week later in Montreal. So it just kind of made sense to like, okay, well, let's play a couple shows out, and then we'll play all week, and then we'll go play up in Montreal. So, yeah, it kind of came from that. It came from booking those 2 festivals, and Brent and Exponential Booking is who booked really the whole thing. I mean, we helped hit up a bunch of bands, on certain cities that, we were having a hard time finding local support and stuff like that. So, we were helping, but it's mostly Brent, that put everything together. He did got the artwork made, by One Trick Pony, I think, who does they work together a lot, but, yeah, so mostly through Brent. So thank you, Brent.
I want to say Brent was interviewed on a podcast that I edit and like I'm a producer for, with DCPC Live has a podcast.
Yeah, I think I listened to that.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
I remember editing that, and then when he was talking about Hell Beach, I'm like, oh hell yeah, like again.
Yeah, it's funny. I was listening to a few episodes of that podcast, and I think it was the one with Brent, and then who was after that? I think it was one with you, but then there was also somebody else, and like we got mentioned in like each episode, and I was like,
this was like Aaron or something.
Yeah. It might have been.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah,
it was Bobby Edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Yep.
Is that Scott's thing? Does Scott do that?
Yeah, that's Scott.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
Do you guys know him? Do you know Scott? Yeah.
Yeah,
he booked one of our shows when we played in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, nice.
Reason and Ruckus. That place was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Scott's a great guy. And like I enjoy working with him, and I just enjoy him. Like he's such a music lover, and like he, and that's a guy. I wish I could be like, that guy's a little older than me, and he's still out there at shows, like booking shows every Sunday, and he's out there, 2, 3 in the morning. I wish I could do that. I got to get up at 4 a.m. nowadays. So like,
yeah,
I went from working an overnight shift to working a morning shift, and I'm like, I'm still 6 months in. I'm still kind of like trying to figure it out,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that guy's
that
awesome.
is another thing we can plug is we have a song on the Comp Pennsylvania from last year, which he puts out.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, was that a live record?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have one song. It's I think it's a song from each band on whatever the Shadow Stage. No, it wasn't Shadow Stage. Whatever stage.
I think it was Riot Stage.
Riot Stage. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So he recorded each band on that
I think
stage.
you can order that now, right?
I think you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that one's out there. I think.
So
right
we
now.
have our song 222 on there, and I think it's the second song on the record, which is great because it's the second song on Beach World.
It's awesome.
But yeah, so it's like a little live ripper. So I guess my last time playing bass is documented forever on vinyl.
Yeah, there you go. That everyone should go buy that compilation now. For that alone. For that
It's
alone.
really cool too. It's like, is it translucent pink or is it like just like a solid like bubblegum pink? I can't remember. It's like hot pink.
I don't know.
It's very
There's too many
beach,
things. Too many things to keep track
Hell
of.
Beach adjacent, then, right? Like you got like with the hot colors and stuff like that,
I would
right?
say so.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. We got hot pink koozies.
Do you?
we do. Yeah,
I think
We do.
I have a koozie collection because I don't really drink beer anymore, but I would
Mhm.
love one. I got to come get one from a show, you know?
Dude, I'll send you one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so that's cool. So you got the tour, you've got Pooza. Have you guys played Pooza before? Not as Hell Beach or as anybody else?
We did as Hell Beach,
Yeah.
right?
2024.
Turbo House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we
So
played Turbo
two
House,
years
and it
ago.
was
2 years
awesome.
ago, 2 years ago.
Yep. Yeah,
Nice.
they usually do like they usually do like every other year. Like
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, Guillaume doesn't usually book the same bands like 2 years in a row.
I had him on the podcast. He's great. He's a wonderful human being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've known Guillaume for quite a while now. I remember.
Yeah, he played in my
Love?
basement
Yeah,
in Manchester in 2019.
yeah,
That sounds
nice.
right. Because then we played Fest that year, and they were on there too.
yeah. I think that was when that was when I first met him. I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, he's awesome, and so we're going up. We're playing for the second time, and this time we're at Foof's in the smaller room,
Mhm.
which for me, like Foof's is like that's like my favorite area of Pooza. That feels to me like kind of like the heart of Pooza Fest. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, it's like it's Foof's hanging out downstairs, and then the two venues upstairs. So we've always kind of like wanted to play in that exact room. So we really got like our ideal
That's
spot
awesome.
for Pooza this year.
Yeah. I liked that. Was probably my favorite place that I went to there. Although there was upstairs of Cleopatra, I think, was really cool too.
Yeah.
That one was a cool place too. I saw a couple awesome bands there as well. But I was bouncing back and forth at Foof's between the big room and the little room. When,
That's the great thing about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
There's
just
always
run
something
back
going
and forth.
on.
Yeah, so,
Cleo, we were supposed to play in 2020. So Secret Spirit was supposed to play Pooza Fest in 2020, and we were going to play at Cleopatra's, and it never happened, obviously.
mhm,
But
mhm.
yeah, I saw a few bands there last year. I like that spot. It's cool.
Nice. And then this will be out after you guys announce it. You guys are playing Fest this year.
Yeah.
Is this I forget. I know Secret Spirit's last show was supposed to be Fest, right? And it didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what a
have
mess.
you guys played Fest as Hell Beach yet?
We have.
Yeah, this will be
Okay.
our
Last 2
third year.
years.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, see, I don't know anything about Florida. I try to stay away from Florida, but everyone tells me that's a different thing. Like Fest is completely different from the rest of Florida, like when Fest's going on, right? So
Yeah,
Fest is
I
awesome,
think
dude.
so.
You'd love it.
yeah.
If
I
you
mean,
like Pooza, then you'd
I
love
was
it.
gonna say it's the same kind of model, right? Like they both use
Yeah.
the same kind of model for how they do it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of like Pooza, but like on a bigger scale.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same idea where it's like 10 something venues and you can just bounce around and
No. Now I want to ask this. Playing Fest the first time, was it kind of like did it kind of put like an end cap on like you guys' time, like with Secret Spirit and everything? Because like that was supposed to be the last show, or you know what I'm saying? Or does it not, they don't balance the same way?
So like,
well, no,
oh, go-
we did
go
do
ahead.
a last Secret Spirit show, so that we had a last show, so that was good. I
Yeah.
think we played at Crystal Ballroom in like 2022, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
June.
Okay.
but yeah,
Oh,
I feel
so
like once Hell Beach started, it's just like a whole new thing. It's
that's
not
it.
really.
Yeah. It's a whole new thing. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. There was never like a moment of looking back, I think, to like doing anything with Secret Spirit. Once it was like, even long before the last show, we were already doing Hell Beach demos and stuff. Like we were already on to the next thing, but then we wanted to do like a farewell show. And I think it was Mike from Kill Lincoln really who kind of reached out and helped us put that together. Right.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
Fest is like, I feel like it's always on the bucket list. I had always wanted to play Fest, and then Secret Spirit played it once in 2019. And so like once we were starting a new band, it was like, one of the first things on the list. It's like, let's get our shit together. I want to play Fest. I think a lot of bands, a lot of punk bands and stuff, like it's one of those mile markers. It's like one of the goals that I think a lot of bands have, like who play music like we play is to play Fest. So it's always fucking cool to be invited to play and or to ask to play and hear back and get to do it, because it's just the best.
Yeah. Now the 9-show run you guys are doing, 9-show, right? Did I say that right? Was it 9?
I think so. That's what I said.
Are these all new like cities and towns you guys are playing? Have you ever played any of these before? Any of these
Most of them are new. We played Pittsburgh once before, and we played Brooklyn a few times, and then obviously Salem we've played. But actually, no, we haven't even played Salem, have we? We played Moon over
right?
Salem.
Right. Yeah, we technically did.
But we haven't played like any other show outside of that. So yeah, this will be our first show in Salem, I guess.
A whole new pool of Hellions just waiting for you.
Yeah, an army of Hellions, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be our first time in Ohio, first time Michigan, first time Illinois. So that's exciting.
Taking over.
Yeah.
Taking over.
Really, yeah. I've wanted to play in Chicago forever, and we have a lot of friends out there, and it's like a tiny, tiny room, and like Brent was texting me like the first day and was like, a decent chunk of tickets, had already sold for that first show, and that's just because we have a lot of buddies out there. And the same with New York. It's like that New York show is going to be so fun. I almost wish it was in the room next door. I think we could have got away with that one.
Yeah,
but keep it small. The room we're playing in is pretty small, but it's I think it'd be a really great time. But it's Warren the Duke, Hell Beach, Devin K, and our friends Heavy Lag.
Nice.
So that's gonna be sick. And then it's like hopefully our other friends in New York will come hang out.
I always liked, I don't know, I guess around the same time I discovered like Boston punk rock back in the late 90s, early 2000s, was I kind of discovered what was going on in Chicago too at the same time. So like I've always kind of I've always held them in high regard as well. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities between the two communities too. Just how everyone I've met from Chicago that are in bands that's been on the show or whatever, just very kind and welcoming. And yeah, I think that would be a cool. Where is it in Chicago? What show?
So it's downstairs at Subterranean, and that's in like Wicker Park neighborhood.
Okay. Yeah. I think that would be. I can't wait to hear what the experience was for you guys. I think this tour is going to be really cool for you guys. I think you guys are going to meet a lot of new people. I think a lot of people are going to love your band. It's hard not to. You guys have so much energy when you're on stage, and like it's I remember the first time I seen you guys perform. It was at Faces, and like I always said like Jordan, you looked possessed, and then I see you without a bass.
Yeah.
I see you without a bass, and it's like holy shit, like you know what I mean? I don't know. I dig. I think I love like watching live performances, and like one of the things I like to do is watch people watch live performances for the first time, right? Like so like when my buddies were seeing you guys perform for the first time, or if I see someone else who's another band that I love, and like I'm watching them, like because like I think there's a lot that gets like kind of missed in the world because of like if you don't go to live shows, you know what I mean? Like, and like I remember I went to one time, and like the only I don't know zine I guess that wrote about it. I'm not gonna call him out or anything. It was really a really bad job. So I like started a blog and I wrote. I was like, this needs to be documented way better than this. Like, I wrote something about it, and it was probably I think it's like one of the two things I ever wrote that was like in the music world, even though it's just like it's on like a blog spot thing or whatever that I don't even know if I have access to anymore. But like, I just like the things like this need to be documented in some way, whether it's, people with their phones recording it or someone like, someone like Jeff out there taking shots, taking snaps with his camera. Like, I just think there's a lot that like people, I don't know, normal people, I don't know how to like that wouldn't quite get until they see it live. You know what I mean? So, cause like, I know a lot of people just think like, musicians are just these artists and they're out there and they're, for some reason people still think musicians are rich. You know what I mean? Like as they listen to Spotify, right. And that, which is taking away from all of that. But like, I don't know. I just think, I think like I'm really excited for you guys to go on this tour and get to towns that some people may not have heard you yet, you know.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it's super exciting to play in new places, and of course to hit some of the same places that we know and love. But yeah, I think some of these are going to be really great, and with Devin, Devin K, I think is going to pull in a lot of people that have maybe never heard of us before, and definitely have never seen us before. So yeah, all good things. Hopefully, yeah, meet a lot of new friends and have a good time.
Oh, my question: is there new music coming? Is there? Not that I. Look, your album is great. Your EP is wonderful. I just always want more. I always want more. I want to hear more. I don't want to. It's, you know what I mean? Like, not that these aren't in my heavy rotation because they get played all the time. But like, what's next for Hell Beach as far as releasing music?
It feels like it's been an eternity for me, even though it's been a year and a half since Beach World came out.
Yeah.
It's like normal.
It feels really long. Yeah.
It feels so long. I think it's because we played so many shows, playing those same songs. But anyway, we started demoing songs. We started demoing new songs before Beach World even came out. So we've been working on new music since July of 24.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're finally now in the actual recording process. So we're finishing recording drums this Thursday. And then we've started the rhythm guitars. So I don't know, we've got over half of the rhythm guitars done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're in the recording process. We have a lot of work still left to do, but yeah, the goal is a new record before the end of the year. Hopefully, I don't know. Me and Brendan were talking about it. We're like, hopefully, maybe around Fest, before Fest would be amazing. But there's so much shit that we have to do that goes into it. But yeah, it's in the works. It's on the way.
Nice. Now, is this gonna, like, is it when you? So the last record was put out on Uncle Style Records. Like, is there, like, you sign deals for this? Like, is there the next one going to be there, or you guys shop it around each time? Or I
think everyone's gonna like kind of have their own experience and do their own thing. But when it was like with Uncle Style, it was like, hey, you're my friends and I like your music. Can I put out your record? It was like a handshake deal without the handshake. It was, there was no signing anything. It was just like,
yeah.
I think we did sign something. Did we not? Like a one-page document that was just like, I'm going to help you guys as much as I can.
I don't remember signing anything, and I will see Mike
Maybe not. I don't know.
court.
It could have been something else.
No, I'm just kidding. Maybe it was. I don't know.
I feel like we signed something.
It was very, very, very chill. And there was no like, you have to do another release with us or anything. But yeah, I think Mike is so busy for a million different reasons with Bad Time and with Kill Lincoln and just with a lot of stuff. I don't think that he's doing a lot of stuff right now with Uncle Style. So we're not putting the next record out with Uncle Style. So we've thought about our options quite a bit and talked to a few people. So we have an idea of how the record's going to come out and stuff like that, but nothing concrete, nothing set in stone. But it won't be an Uncle Style release, unfortunately. And unless we add a lot of upstrokes and horn parts, it definitely won't be coming out on Bad Time Records. Even though that would be cool. Mike, if you're listening.
That's awesome, man. Hey, listen, it's always a pleasure talking with you guys, and I'm happy that you, like, when you had mentioned it at that show about like coming back on. I'm like, yeah, take me up on it. I always tell everybody, like, the door's always open, and like, so it's cool that bands like Hell Beach will be like, hey, can we come back on? I'm like, of course, I'll make room whenever you want. Actually, that was in December. I was like, whenever you want. And you're like, all right, cool. We got to get some things lined up, and then when you hit me up, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's a testament to what I do. I do not fabricate when I send an open door invite. You can come to my house.
To that. Yeah.
So, speaking of, Bobby Edge might be playing my house this summer. In case if you guys aren't somewhere playing a show, you should come.
We'll have to be there.
Yeah. So
what's your home address?
You almost got me.
Actually, I really don't know like what part of New England you live in.
I live in Massachusetts. I live like right outside of Worcester. So
Cool.
I live like
Yeah.
between Worcester and Providence is basically what I always say, because I'm about halfway
Okay.
between the two. So not bad, not terrible, you know. So,
Yeah, that'd be sick.
yeah. So again, like I said, it's always a pleasure. I hope you guys nothing but the best for the tour and everything else you have going on. I cannot wait to hear new music from Hell Beach.
Thank you.
Can I ask you? I've been asking everybody this, so I'm just going to throw this out there. How do you guys navigate through all the fucking shit going on in the world right now?
Good Lord.
Yeah, I know. It's I'm asking for myself. I need better. Like I got some good advice recently, and like I've been doing that, but like I feel I am dissociating more and more every day, and like I find myself like, and it's not terrible. Like I'm either listening to an audiobook or reading a book or whatever. But at the same time, as great as that is, literature is awesome. It's probably not good to dissociate from the whole world all the time, right? So I have a bad habit of that. So I'm asking for myself, and if anyone else is listening and they need ways to kind of deal with it all too. Like what does Hell Beach do?
I feel like there's if you can find any moderation, I feel like if you can find time to like not fucking doom scroll and like do something that makes you happy and do something that's, if you have a creative outlet, then I think that that's really important. Go outside. Like, I think staying informed, of course, is really important, and doing what you can and supporting like your immediate community and stuff like that in any way that you can is sick, but you can't do it all the time. And I don't think that you can pay attention to every single thing that's going on every day, or you're going to lose your fucking mind. So yeah, I try to like know what's going on. And I try to not know what's going on for a few minutes and like do something else. Whether I don't know how healthy it is, the way that I do it or whatever, but that's the only advice that I have. I'm not a good person to get advice from on that, but trying not to be completely swallowed up by it, I guess, is the way that I try to approach it. Because it's fucking miserable most of the time. And it's just like in your face all the time. You have new terrible information every fucking second.
Every day.
Every day. So yeah, important to talk about, important to stay informed on, but also important to like get out of there and take a breath for 5 seconds, I think.
What about for you, Brendan?
I think for me, it's just stay as busy as I can. Probably too busy. I play in 3 bands. Between that, recording, my full-time job, it's just crazy all the time. I don't have time for anything else.
I used to do, like, when I was I still do it. I work myself, and like I work and like a lot of I took me a lot of years of therapy to realize that was me dissociating, like just not, I don't want to deal with
In a
it.
different way, yeah.
Yeah. And then when I got back into like the creative mind, like it works well, but then again, like, you can only cut off yourself from the world for so long before you need to come back in. You need to do a healthy way of doing it. You know what I mean?
Right. Which I think for me, it's, obviously in the bands, I'm hanging out with different people, and then with recording and going to shows, it's like constant. It's like, and I'm like a pretty introverted person in general. So it's like, sometimes I just want to sit at home and I just like can't, because I have too many obligations.
I mean, that's a good way to get it, like, to try to get out of that habit,
I guess,
right?
yeah. It's working for now, I guess.
Yeah, right on. Well, Brendan, Jordan, thank you again. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you again. And like I said, I wish you all nothing but the best this year in 2026.
Thank
you so
man.
much.
Thank you for having us back.
Of course, anytime. All right, and that's the show. I want to thank Jordan and Brendan again for being today's guests on the Struggling Artist Podcast. In the show notes, you will find links to Hell Beach. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you check out the new compilation they're part of. I want to say thank you to the Struggling Artist Podcast team, Chris Chavez, Jeff Bousquet, Aria Rad, Ryan Call, and Dave Anderson. Find them on social media, on Instagram. Chris at 716 The Sound, Jeff at JRB Image, Aria at Coffin_Salesman, Ryan at 13th Floor _Ryan, and Dave at Pinball_Punks. Thank you to Mark over at State Line Records for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you to the band Losers Circle for letting us use their song The Great Illusion of Time off of their album Took Long Enough. You can always find a link to their Bandcamp through our podcast website, which is strugglingartistpodcast.com. People over at Patreon, thank you for being supporters over there. If you want to become a patron, head to patreon.com/podcast TSA. Everybody who reaches out and, tells us how we're doing, tells us what they don't like about us, I appreciate that. If you want to leave us a voicemail or a text message, the number to call or text is 774-570-1552. Again, the number is 774-570-1552. All right, it's time to get out of here. And Hell Beach was kind enough to give us their cover of Green Day's song Android. This is off of Bad Year, a Green Day tribute. You can find it on Bandcamp. Until next week, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you then.
I wonder if they knows I think he's crazy. When he was young, did he have dreams of wearing woman's shoes and being crazy? It makes me wonder when I grow to be that age. Will I be walking down the street begging for your spare change? Or will I grow that up? Will I still be around? The way I carry on, I'll end up 6 feet underground, waste away. When the old man was in school, did I go that road make him go crazy? Or did he hide away from Murphy? Hide a smile and smoke and dope, that's crazy. It makes me wonder when I grow to be that age. Will I be walking down the street begging for your spare change? Or will I grow that up? Will I still be around? The way I carry on, I'll end up 6 feet underground, waste away. And it seems so frightening. Time passes by like lightning. Before you know it, you're struck down. I always waste my time on my chemical emotions. It keeps my head spinning around, waste away. It seems so frightening. Time passes by